Ready to rip?
Hell yeah. So we just glassed 4 deer and it was looking really promising until Zach pulled out the spotting scope and they're all doe. And they're acting really silly. They're like running around, super playful. We actually got some footage of some other does this morning that were acting the same way, just so like playful. They're just like skipping around the mountain. But they're in this burn. Oh, they're still there. There's a buck bedded right down this hill. So we're gonna go stalk him. Nick and I disagree on which way to go. I think the deer's to our right, Nick thinks it's to our left. Since I'm the one shooting, I'm gonna follow my gut this time. And I'm gonna go to the right. Because that's where I think he is. I'm nervous and excited.
There's his bed.
He was in these baby aspens that are super thick, and I thought I knew where he was, just like 30 yards ahead, and Nick took a step which spooked a grouse, 2 grouse. The grouse flushed and spooked the buck, and the buck was probably 25 yards from me. I don't know how far he was from you, probably similar. Except a little bit, he was not quite in the spot that I thought he was. I probably would have messed it up anyways. But that sucks. The whole way down, I was like, this is gonna happen. Now we're just parched. So, I was standing, actually I'll range it and tell you exactly how far I was from him. 11 yards. Leg shaking. I was 11 yards from him, and I thought that he was just ahead here. And if you look there, there's a bed there. And I'm 100% sure that that's where he was bedded when I spotted him. And because he was in the sun, he moved right up here into the shade, and from here I was only 11 yards away, but there are these aspens here, so I couldn't see him, and the grouse flushed maybe 10 yards up there closer to where Nick was. That's absurd. That's hunting. It's a beautiful day, at least. Yeah. Time to climb back up. This mountainside is littered with thimbleberries. The most thimbleberries I've ever seen. And the whole way down, I was eyeballing them and just thinking about, like, after I kill this deer, I'm gonna come eat a bunch of thimbleberries. So, no deer, but lots of thimbleberries. That's what they look like. Kind of like a sweet raspberry. What I really need is water.
That buck like did something to get nervous, and this buck turned around and bedded like 3 yards back behind where you first
More
saw
hidden
him.
in the aspens.
And then he stood up again, and because the other buck kept doing weird stuff, and he sits there and he sits there and he sits there and he lays right back down. And you were so close. I was sitting there the whole time.
11 yards.
I was like, she's got to be within 20 or 30, like at least. I was like, she's 6 foot. You roll her over a few times, she's there.
That's exactly what he said.
Damn.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I was so excited. You did great. You guys did a good job.
Oh my god, dingleberries. Oh, so many dingleberries. Oh my.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Kenny fixed the kid. Okay, right, the kid is 30 years old.
I got him in the scope now.
We're having trouble finding the bucks on public land today. There was a small spike with a group of like 6 does, and he was just like, you know, one of those guys, like still with his mom, basically. And I thought about it, but I think if it was the last day, last opportunity, I would take that opportunity. But we still have a couple days, so we'll keep looking. Wait,
Damn it!
when we were in Colorado, we were eating balls.
Wait, what
Literally.
kind of balls?
Cow
Cow
balls.
balls.
Were they good? Were they
Rocky
chewy?
Mountain oysters.
Yeah. Have you had them? Have you eaten balls?
Elk. I've eaten elk balls.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
They had to have like sliced it thin through like a slicer and then like pounded it flat. It was just like a flat like circle like that big. And then they like deep fried it. And it was actually like
Like
really
pickles.
good. Yeah.
Oh, pickles?
One pickled ball?
Rotten pickles. Rotten cucumbers, that's what a pickle is.
All right, could I have some of that coffee? I need to get spunky. Wow, it's just getting better.
The same time?
There's some elk down there, but we haven't spotted any bucks yet today. It just poured, but it seems like the storm has passed, so hopefully some critters will start moving around. I can't talk, I'm still really tired.
Try to wait out the storm a little
That's
bit.
what I'm thinking. Well, we got rained out and we're headed home to shower and get some work done because we are not being productive in the rain. We did find some deer, but then there was a lightning storm that pushed us out of there. So that's the update. We do have some Little Caesars. extra most bestest. These guys are soaking wet too. Delish.
Yeah.
I ordered a marsupial gear one, and that's about the noisiest piece of crap I couldn't imagine ever hunting with that for archery. Whitetail hunting in Michigan specifically, like, it's gotta be dead silent.
Yeah, you shouldn't have any noise from your binoculars coming in and out.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're lucky to get both sides too, that close.
They're right next to each other.
That's awesome. That's this year's too. That's what I like it. That's worth the trip right there.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. You did say Allie ate, right?
What you guys cooking?
Leftovers from.
You said
breakfast.
you ate breakfast already, right? I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you want some of ours, you're welcome.
Thanks. So, the evening of day 5, and we are about to make a stalk on some bucks. There are cattle everywhere. So, there are 2 bucks that are probably 200 yards away. We're sneaking up on them now. But first, we have to get through some cows. Should be good. We are in an area where it's clear, so you can see it's kind of rolling in. So we should probably keep cruising. Let me take a minute and get like the lay of the land before we get over there. I really want to like take a deep breath and slow it down, because now we're at the point where they could definitely see us. So we need to start being smart and not rush this. I rushed a stalk yesterday that didn't go well, so we'll slow down. I want to go this way. They go to the village.
Come on, we're wasting time.
Okay, I'm going. We're in the scrub that we saw the deer in, so now we just need to relocate them. Deer's coming, get your gun
Hey, hey. Got him.
ready. Watch him.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Where was it?
25. Was it a good shot?
Yeah.
Let's just.
Walking.
It's okay. If you lunged him, he'll go 100 yards and fall down.
We were patient and it paid off.
You didn't even see me draw.
No. no, but I heard you murp, and then I knew what was happening. But no, I was like, my eyes were glued on where those deer came from. I didn't even see him shoot. I just heard everything, and I was 5 yards away. So then another doe came in, or like walked through that same path, and then I saw another buck walk through that same path, and I was like, they're gonna go exactly where you just shot that deer. So I went to where Nick's shooting lane, and the doe came through, maybe 10 yards, a young doe, like a yearling, and she just looked right at me, and I just kind of like looked at the ground, and then she walked off. Then she walked around us, and she scented us, and snorted, and hoofed, and then bolted off. But I knew that little buck was gonna be right behind her, so I pushed ahead and like peeked, and I could see his little antlers. He's a little forky. And so then I got back behind the bush. I walked to where I could see him, and it was like almost broadside, but a little bit quartering away. And I aimed just like right for his lungs. But it was quick, like it had to be a quick shot because he didn't turn and stop. It was like he turned to trot away. So that's why I ran and then knocked another arrow, because I thought that maybe, like, if it was, I don't know, maybe he would have went that way and then stopped again, and then I could have put another arrow in him. But we'll see once we get up there.
Yeah, let's go find our arrows.
Okay.
The buck I shot was right in front of that bush. My arrow's probably in that bush somewhere.
Yeah, you clean missed him.
Oh my god, I thought that was for sure.
You got the jitters, I think.
I definitely did. And I need to check my sight once we get back. Clean miss. Alright, well, let's find your deer before this gets worse. Well, I suck at life. Unless, like, my yardage was way off, because I couldn't range
I shot
him.
mine at 25, and that went over his back for sure if it went this far.
That is what it is. Let's go find your deer. Look at that! Oh, good shot, Bubs.
Velvet animal. That's awesome. It's the first velvet animal I've ever had the chance to hunt. It's awesome. It's probably the coolest. I mean, the black bear in Pennsylvania was probably number one, but
Yeah.
this is really cool.
It's so cool.
Especially after how many
Failed stalks.
times I blew it in Idaho
Yeah.
over 3 years.
Let's clean him up and get him out of
We're
here.
gonna have so much food tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Now comes the fun part.
Yeah.
Bees everywhere.
He has.
That's Donnie right there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, who's that young guy?
Yeah, who's that skinny shit?
Oh, and then there's the photo right there.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And is that the
That was state record.
Yeah.
there?
The second place, he was from, what does it say, Duchesne or something?
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
Taxidermy?
Yeah.
Too long. I mounted my first deer head in 1980 or 81. 81, I guess. Yeah.
Cool.
So you're from Pennsylvania?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, okay.
Is this Eastern.
No, they're all from around here, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't
They're
that crazy?
kind of hybrids and stuff,
Wow.
you know, Rio Grandes and Miriams, but they have brought Easterns and turned them loose here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like an Eastern.
Yeah, it does.
Those Miriams.
Yeah.
Looks like an Eastern for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. This wouldn't take very long at all. First thing I like to do is poke all the tips, and then when you get it to take, and little bucks are harder than big bucks. Usually, you can find a big vein on a big buck, and that stuff will just scoop right through there. A lot of times you'll push all the blood out. See that?
Mm-hmm.
I've used this quite a bit. You can see well, some did go in, both of them, but that'll pop it off. It won't come off. This for me for my birthday.
Ah. That's amazing.
Everybody gets mad because usually every time I put in a show, I win.
Yeah.
Once every 2 weeks. So.
Cool.
I'll start it right around town a little bit, you know, in the evening, but
I'll take it for a ride.
now
Yeah,
I don't care.
let's do it.
It's about as comfortable as it can get. I mean, you're like on a pillow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh, this is so cool.
It looks like a dreamsicle.
Yeah, it
Look at this. She's
Got
going.
some dice.
Oh, cool.
No radio.
That's
it's,
alright.
It's still got the original 6-volt electrical system.
Wow.
So
What's
what
the year on this? I missed that.
55.
This thing's killer.
Yeah. And then back in the day before you turned it off, you always went.
Oh yeah.